I walk past beautiful scenes and beautiful photo opportunities every day, and I don't photograph them. And I do it on purpose. It's not that I don't see them. It is just a thing that I don't think a beautiful scene or something that is worth photographing. Hi, it's Peter here. Let's get right into the business. And I have a confession to make. I was a masterpiece hunter for many, many years back in the day. But in the recent years, I've understood that it's constraining me too much. I photograph too little because I photograph very little when I go out and photograph on the streets. But lately, I've been increasing the amount of photos that I take. And the reason is that I stopped looking for that masterpiece where everything is in order. I'm looking for little mistakes, little things in the street, little expressions on faces, people interacting with each other, and all that kind of stuff. And that has improved my photography quite a lot. And let's talk about that a little bit more and see if that could help you too. The ordinary is the subject, not the obstacle. We need to accept this, that there might not be happening a lot around you. But then if you look at how much things are happening, people are walking by, people are stopping, people are looking at their phones, people are looking at window shop or doing window shopping, people are interacting with each other, people are talking to each other, some might give some instructions or where to go or all kinds of that. Those are those small, everyday, ordinary moments that are really important, in my opinion, if we talk about street photography. I think it is the essence of street photography. It's not about the grand moments where you have to photograph really something big that is happening. I don't think that's the thing. Or I don't think a photograph of someone walking into a light pocket is something interesting. It might look good, but so what? It doesn't, make me feel it. Nice light. So what? It doesn't really make the viewer feel. Don't think that the ordinary moments, ordinary things that happens on the streets are obstacles. Make them as the subject. And the turn. The reason I stopped hunting for the masterpieces is to get more images done and to get more of a sequence for my images, using on zines or in books or something like that. I think that's a lot more interesting than just hunting for that one particular masterpiece. And speaking of zines, my just published first zine on my IC series. This is volume 1. It's about people interacting with graffitis. There is a link in the description if you are interested in getting one. Now let's continue with the topic of this video. So it's more about being on the street than just hunting for that particular perfect photograph. It has also made me see more, kind of notice things that I might have overlooked in the past, because I'm just looking for a certain place where there is good light, and on the way to that spot there's been a lot of things happening around me that I kind of didn't see. But now I think I've progressed in a big way in the recent years, and you should try that too and forget about those masterpieces. They will come if you just lower your bar a little bit, and you have to lower your bar on purpose. It doesn't mean that you will be a worse photographer or that you're lowering your standards because you cannot achieve those masterpieces. I don't think it's that. I think you can make those masterpieces if you really try to do that. But it's really hard, and you will miss a lot, and you will miss a big thing about photography, which is also recording the surroundings. I think that's part of the street photography genre that we're documenting at the same time, because most of the best street photographs and sequences are very close to documentary photography. That's also something that I've learned in the recent years. And that's an important lesson also to understand that we're documenting, and that's why those little moments are very important, and those are the subjects. And when you're lowering the standard, doesn't mean that you start taking bad photographs. You just start kind of like taking different types of photographs. And among those, will become the masterpieces. There will be some photographs that are a lot better than the others, and you will have, you know, weaker ones and the better ones, and then you will have a lot of in the middle that are, you know, kind of okay, but not that special as one photograph. But when you add them to a sequence, for example, it changes the whole game. And I think that's what we really need to think about when we're making a body of work or just enjoying photography. Constraints as freedom. Well, the constraint that you get from getting the masterpieces is something, it's a negative constraint. It will block your creativity. It will block you to photograph. So I'm not meaning that constraint. But what I mean with constraints is that, for example, I have a constraint set to myself that I use only one camera, one lens, and usually the same settings. And then the ISO goes up and down. It depends on the amount of light that there is in the scene. That constraint is also a part of freedom because I don't have to think about the settings basically at all. All I have to think about is the scene and the things that happens in front of me. But the constraint comes from using just one lens, so I don't have to think about fiddling around with the settings and I mean with the zooming and all that. It's just, or which lens should I have? I already know what I have, and I'm usually at the right distance. And if I'm not, I still make the image and I might crop it later. I don't see anything wrong with cropping the scene later. What do you think about cropping? We've talked about this before, but yeah, have you changed your mind about cropping in the recent years, or what's your take on this? And what do you think about the constraint of one lens, one camera, and the same settings? Could you live with that? Or do you want to have all the options? Which for me is too big of a distraction, so that I don't think, okay, I have this lens in my bag, should I have that? And well, the thing is gone, because street photography is also part of reacting quickly to things that happens in front of you, those ordinary moments that happens in front of you. And as I already said, masterpieces are a byproduct. And this is what happens to me many times, that I do get masterpieces. Of course, when I've said myself, it's really hard. It's not me to say that this is a masterpiece. But of course, I've been doing this so long, I have a kind of an idea which images work, so I can say that some are really good. But we always have to remember that there is also my own feeling when I was making the image. So that's why if you're picking your images to a website or even an exhibition or book, have a second opinion. They might find the masterpieces that you don't see. And before we get into the next one, after that one, I will have an extra tip for you. So stick around and see what it is. What actually came back? Well, the first thing when I started shifting my idea away from the masterpieces, I was a bit worried because I didn't get that many keepers. But what I did get was the joy of photography. It was so much fun to photograph everything I see and photograph more and see more photographs. Eventually I started to find a lot more better photographs. And it's not about amount, so that I have, the more photographs I have, the more better ones I have. But yeah, it kind of works. That also is a freeing thing. So try that and try to photograph more. I'm not saying that you should, just photograph like a maniac. Just think a little bit, but photograph more and more things. Everything you see is interesting. And don't think when you start photographing. You see something, take the photograph. Hesitating is exactly when you are looking for masterpieces and you start hesitate. And that is a big enemy. The bonus point is a challenge. I have a challenge for you. For a week, deliberately hunt for masterpieces. And see what happens. See if that constraint is too much for you. And does it make you photograph less? Did you think that you missed some things? Did you see less things? And see what happens. And come back to this video and comment if you're doing that. What happened to you? If it's something opposite, great. If you felt that you get a lot more photographs, then that's your way of doing. But that doesn't work for me. But it doesn't mean that it couldn't work for you. And here is some more videos for you to watch about street photography. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.